Well, the Jane Finch area is seen as one of the low socioeconomic area in Toronto.
There is a higher level of violence and drug crime in the community.
Most of the kids are kind of marginalized. The statistics is stacked against them. Less than 50% of these kids graduate high school.
Obviously, it's an underserved area, but there's a lot of positive things happening in that community, and our kids are just a highlight of that.
The children here don't always have access to programs, and if they do, they're usually full and over capacity. So we found that this would be the best location. To change that, we're very disruptive, and we want to ensure that each one of our students graduates high school, and a large portion of them will continue to community college or university. Well, a number of us squash players that love the sport of squash and very passionate about it really thought about how it's enriched our lives and thought we'd like to take this to the greater community. We had heard that there was a number of these programs around the world. A fellow named Greg Zaff out of Boston started them. We contacted Greg, used their template on how to bring in students, the prerequisites that were required, how to form a board, how to raise funds, put that whole thing together, and started our first year 10 years ago.
So the time school ends and the time that parents come back from work, there's that gap there. That's when kids get into trouble, really. Because we're an after-school program, we actually fill in the gap, and that's an integral time. They can come to our program, they're in a safe spot, they're provided with a meal, they have some physical activity, they're having different opportunities rather than what's presented to them in just their community.
Squash is a very unique sport because you're an individual. You're not working as a team. It's you, you're alone out there. There's athleticism, there's strategy, and there's mental. Patience is rewarded very often. All-out attack doesn't work, all-out defense doesn't work. Skill is a bit independent of gender and age. We can have a girl in our program like Firdaus, who's in grade 10, and she can beat some of the grade 12. She can compete with all the boys too. They all play together. Some of the grade 6s are able to beat some of the grade 8s too. A smarter player who's not as strong can beat older player just due to intelligence and correct choices. They are absolutely surprised when a student comes in who's in grade 6 or 7 and all of a sudden is challenging the kids in high school. And it's because they picked up on skills they've watched. Repetitively do a drill on the court and see a big difference in your ability. And that is evidence that if you use that same perseverance, you use that same focus on other things in the classroom, at home, whatever it may be, that you can see a benefit, you can see a difference, you can see improvement. It's about dedication, commitment to the program. The kids find a lot of joy in getting better. Improving is not only a good life lesson, but it certainly serves them well here at this program. All right, great. We are now going to switch to the classroom.
A big part of our program is educating these children, not only at their grade level and the homework that they get on a daily basis, but we've also partnered with Oxford Learning Centres, giving them extra enriched courses and program material so that they continue to be challenged.
We kind of coach them on how to get to the answer. We want them to learn how to solve problems. We give them the tools to get the answer, but they figure out the answer for themselves. And then we have tutors from York University. They come here to get their field experience. If I see that students are wasting time in the classroom, I usually keep them back in the classroom to finish their homework. No homework, no squash.
Does that work?
Usually. Yes, because they like the squash. Last year was our first graduating year. Out of the 8 kids that stayed up until grade 11, 8 of them graduated high school. It's a good feeling. We feel that we are fulfilling a purpose.
We've had graduates come back, give back to the program, coaching squash, and also in the classroom for academic tutoring. So I like to think that those students felt that they gained something for their time here, and they really felt like they needed to give something back to our program. And they're all just excellent students and really role models for students in our program.
So really, urban squash is about 3 things: athleticism, academic enrichment, and character development, mentorship. A lot of these children are very shy. They come in, they have very little support in their environment. We get to know them, and very slowly we see them grow from young children to young adults.
A lot of the kids that come into our program, they're really low on confidence. You'll see, especially the younger grades, They'll be talking, looking down. I encourage people to speak up, raise their chin. If students are confident, they'll be confident in all aspects of life.
I'd like to acknowledge Julie.
Definitely the bond that we create is very pivotal to our students. So I've been here for 4 years. So I've been growing with those students that are now teenagers or in high school, and we're a constant in their life, somebody that they can depend on and rely on, and they know every day that they come here, they're going to see us here.
So when they come here and see a familiar face, they know that they can be themselves, share some of their problems, and it's not going to go anywhere for other than just trying to help them. So what keeps this program going is warm hearts and big wallets. Most of our funding is philanthropic. It comes from private donors. So there's great opportunities to be part of Urban Squash Toronto. You can come and join our board. You can join our youth committee. You can join our professional auxiliary committee. Certainly we have sponsorships available. And anyone and everyone that contributes, and even people that want to find out more, we invite everyone to come up here and see exactly where their money is going. Really our goal here is to get them to believe in themselves and knowing that they can do anything they put their mind to. And hopefully once they graduate, and they will be community leaders and get a chance to pay back what we've done for them here.